right, everyone. Well, we're back, and we are very luckily joined by Chris Beast Boy Barnett. So, firstly, man, how are you doing this afternoon for you?
Man, good. It's a great day outside, and I was like, I'm gonna do this interview outside. I done pulled up late already, but it is windy, so y'all might see me change locations, and if y'all hear something like and see me blow
Yeah.
away, you know what happened. But uh,
Uh,
but no, other than that, I'm good, man. Can't complain, man.
yeah,
Thanks for
it's
having me.
no,
Late,
no,
but
it's it.
thanks
No,
for
that's
having me.
no, all good. It's an absolute honor for us. So, look, man. Firstly, I just wanted to ask you. You've got one of the most interesting nicknames in the UFC currently to date. So, I got to ask, where does the nickname Beast Boy come from?
You know what? Unfortunately, I'm not the first Beast Boy in the UFC. Sad, sad, sad. I met the actual first Beast Boy in Pensacola a while back, but to get where I got my name from, so when I was little, I used to be able to like mimic animals, and I would run around like them, do whatever they did, and Teen Titans, there's a character on there
Yeah.
named Beast Boy. He can turn into different characters, so it just kind of fit. And then on top of that, with MMA, it being what it is, you have to be able to change who you are in that cage. So, for instance, if I'm in there with Tiger style and it's not working, I got to be able to flip and switch on to Gorilla style or Crane or something. You know what I mean? So, playing along with that mantra of it, that has always been a good thing for me, to be able to switch up styles and do whatever. So Beast Boy is always set, but this guy made a video of a Kung Fu Panda and he chopped it up beautifully. And I might be Poe, y'all. I might be the real life Poe. I'm gonna throw it out there.
You might be the
I
real one.
might be
So, we're gonna see the Rishi finger holding your next fight.
right. Skadoosh. You know what I mean? Like, I might be him for real. But yeah, we're in like three names right now. Beast Boy, Huggy Bear, of course. That was
Yeah.
my Japan moniker. Like they love the bear suit and stuff. And it kind of, if you really fuse everything together, you put Beast Boy, Huggy Bear together, you might get a Kung Fu Panda. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
There you
Yep.
go.
We're still dabbling along. There's always those AKAs out there, people always run with. So if it's always to me, I came in the game with Beast Boy, so I feel like that one's at heart. But
Mm.
AKA Kung Fu Panda, AKA Huggy Bear, AKA your big best friend, AKA the People's Champ. Let's just run with them all. Let's
People's
run with them
champ,
all.
Run them all. That's it.
people's champ, The Rock. Hey, man. Where does your love from dancing come from? Because seeing you dance your way to the octagon, it's a great vibe, and I think having that for me, watching a fighter come out who's that relaxed and able to dance before a fight, I love seeing it. For me, it's a great watch. Is it helpful to have that hobby outside of MMA where it all sort of encompasses both the sport and dancing? Where did that come from, that side of dancing?
Um, I mean, I guess just it's in my DNA, man. Like I love music, like any
Mm.
kind of music, man. Like you name it. Literally was just listening to some Morgan Wallen, riding
Mhm.
out. I'm making some whiskey glasses.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
my whole thing is like music is life, dude. Like the
Mm.
way people speak through music and the way it touches people. Like there's a reason why people were passing out at Michael Jackson's concerts because
Mm.
music is that soulful. So to me, to not have music, to not have dance. Like to me, music, you can't have music without dancing. I don't care if it's slow music, you can dance to that. I don't care if it's what are the little the dancing where they do the little clop dancing with the
Mm.
little shoes and whatnot. Like
Yeah.
you have to have music to dance, right? So therefore, what sucks is if they ever play music during a fight, oh my god. I would never do it. But I took that aspect of me coming out with that music,
Mm.
and it's almost a cheat code to be honest with you, because you got to think we're sitting there in the back, right? And it's hey, Barnett, you're on deck. So on deck can mean 5 minutes or 15 minutes. So
Mhm.
you're warming up, you're getting ready, you're doing everything you need to do, and then 5 minutes they tell you turns into 15. So now you're warm and you just got cold again.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what I've learned is dancing in that walkout gets me warm enough to where even if the second person has to come out, I'm still warm enough in that cage
Mm.
to where I just danced. I did what I needed to do. People are like, "Oh, he's wasting energy." No, I'm warming up. I'm really like I'm getting that sweat going. The sweat that everybody talks about you need to have before you step into the cage, that whole thing, But I'd say my love for dancing really came when oh my God, I don't want to say MC Hammer, but I would say like MC Hammer, Michael Jackson, like to see what they were able to do, the way that we capture people with just simple
Mm.
movements, like a oh wow, oh, and people would be like, oh my God, that's crazy,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to see that, that's how I knew I would entertainment was something for me because I could mimic Michael Jackson, I could mimic MC Hammer perfect, and to see the reaction. I'm not that person, but they're reacting like I might be them. They're
Mm.
Yeah,
reacting
yeah.
like I might be that type of person. So dancing literally helped me open up as a person because as much as I seem like a chatterbox and all this other thing, I was actually a very closed off person. But if you take me to a dance floor, everybody's like, "Oh, now he's speaking my
Yeah.
language."
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I'll never stop. And if you notice my UFC career, I didn't dance with the Ben Rothwell fight. I didn't dance at all because I was nervous. I didn't want to piss off
Mm.
Dana White, to be honest with you. But that second fight came around, and I was like, nah, I don't have time to lose. I need to get this groove. Let's
Yeah.
go. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, dancing is always going to be a huge factor. If you listen to guys like Izzy, he's a champ for a
Mm.
reason. And what does he do? He's a big dancer. Like
Dancer.
Mm.
I'll find myself in the car listening to music and
Mm.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to most people, it's like, what is he doing? That's head movement. That's head
Yeah.
movement. I'm just dancing. That's head
Yeah.
movement. So it's crazy how we'll say if you really want to dial back into it, if you want to put a dancing style into martial arts, capoeira, for instance,
Mm.
Mm.
that is a devastating martial arts if you know how to use it. And all it is really is dancing. It's a bunch
Mm.
of spin, jumping, hand poses, and dancing.
Mm.
Mm.
So I've always looked at that as more of a weapon than just like, oh, he's just a dancing goofball. Cool. I
Mm.
want you to think that, and then when I get
Yeah.
into the dance on you, you'll understand.
Because like, and that's funny because you have Vasily Lomachenko, who grew up doing ballet. You know what I mean?
Boom.
His old man put
Exactly.
it. Yeah, his old man put him in ballet, and look at him now. He's got the best footwork in boxing. You know.
Hands down, hands down. Like I remember
Mm.
his dad wouldn't let him box until he got really good at ballet. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
yeah, that's a perfect example.
Yeah. So one thing that we just saw when you talked about music and in your fighting style as well is you like to keep a lot of creativity and a lot of fun in the martial arts, which sometimes will get lost in the fighting because it's, such a serious and it's such an intense competition. But for you, is keeping that sort of fun and creative part of martial arts important for you in enjoying your journey as a fighter?
Um, I want to say like okay, with Taekwondo, we have a tenets of Taekwondo. It's courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self control, and indomitable spirit. Right. Um, I try to exude that, and then that on top of with those humbleness. So I look at it as what it's called, martial arts. Arts being the final word with it. To me, I'm going out there and I'm drawing. That's all I'm doing. I'm drawing and I'm getting a reaction while I'm drawing. And that's
Mm.
the beautiful side of being in martial arts is that I'm getting a reaction while I'm drawing. So if I throw a crazy spin kick, oh my God, cool. That's a great reaction. I know I need to draw more of that then. You know what I mean?
Mm.
What's that guy? Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his name right now. But Mr. Happy Trees. You know what I mean? Him. So
Oh,
if I
yeah,
hear
yeah.
the
Mm.
to that Bob Ross. If
Mhm.
I hear them reacting to Happy Trees, I'm gonna keep drawing Happy Trees. So to like to hone in just that whole overall. I guess it's more of a feeling or a vibe. Like when you're out there, it's more or less the me. I feed off the reaction. I feed off the reaction big time. Like my first fight, we didn't have anybody in there.
Mm.
That's let's just say it's weird. I don't know if y'all watch Dragon Ball Z or anything,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Goku does
Big.
this big. Okay, good. So you know the Spirit Bomb, right?
Oh,
If
yeah.
you look at it again, I didn't do my Spirit Bomb. I didn't get the
You didn't
people's
do this. You
spirit.
didn't get to give me your energy.
I didn't get the movement, you know. And
Mm.
you go back to the Volante fight. I was there. Give me the messages I get while I'm doing that. They're like, "Yo, I sent it, man. Do you feel it? Do you feel
Yeah.
it?" Like, you know what I mean? To go back after the fight and read those messages, I was like, "I felt it, dude. I
Yeah.
felt it. I appreciate it, man. Thank you."
Appreciate
You
it.
know, so yeah, you know, like man, it's just a different vibe and a different energy,
Mm.
man. To have that, you know.
Yeah. Chris, I think what's crazy is, well, I think is your level of athleticism and your explosivity. And your athleticism is quite rare, I think, at heavyweight. You know, it's not something you see every day. Someone doing a roundhouse kick like that. I mean, I've never. It's not very common. You see something like that, man. So, is it something you've sort of always possessed? Those sort of natural abilities, or have they come from your own sort of martial arts training over the years?
Um, yeah, I'll give a big shout out to DNA. My
Mm,
mom and pop both athletes, you know.
mhm,
But it's always been a mindset for me.
mm,
I said it after the interview after that fight. I've always been 170 in my mind. You know what I mean? Even when I
yeah.
was walking around 250, I was 170. Like if you go watch my fights at 300 pounds, I'm still throwing those same kicks.
Mhm.
Now my knees might have had something to say about it, but I was doing it. You know what I mean? And now that I've lost the weight and I did everything, it's everything's starting to sink. You know, so there's never been a hold back here because
Mhm,
I've had I got a great circle, and my circle sometimes is to the point to where I'll test them. I'll be like, "Hey, y'all, I think I can fly today," and they're like,
mm,
"I mean, look, if you really believe you can fly, we behind you, but
Yeah.
we gonna have to talk."
mm,
You know what I mean? So I've got that circle behind me that they're gonna believe in me no matter what I do, and then they'll check me. They'll definitely check me with certain things.
mm,
But
Yeah.
yeah, man, like being quote unquote, what's cool about now being in the UFC? I'm no longer just not to say it like that, but the fat guy that can do crazy kicks because
Mm.
I
yeah.
have to make the weight limit, and these other guys can make the same weight limit. And like you just said, they're not doing a lot of this. They're not doing these
Mm,
spin kicks and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's really cool to be in a category of, hey, you're just a big guy doing big things
Mm.
instead
mm.
of, hey, I don't know how that fat guy did that. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Like just to to bring it all back, like it's just a mindset, dude. Like
Mhm,
I've never been 260 in my mind. I've always
yeah.
been one. Like no matter where you take me. Like I used to, me and my friend were just making fun of each other actually because he used to skateboard and I used to do the aggressive inline.
Mm.
But I was that guy that was hitting like the 17-foot rail, sliding down,
Mm,
straight forward grind, you know, all the way down it, you know. And and even at then in high school,
Mm.
this is high school. I was doing this. I was still wrestling. So I'm at 275, 265 doing these things, you know, on skates. And people are like, I don't know if they're shocked that I just grind that whole rail or the fact that I'm size, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
doing
yeah.
it. So the whole aspect of them that that that's never been a shocker for me of people being surprised of what I'm doing.
Mm.
It's always been the aspect of when people go, "Man, you're some kind of athlete." And I was like, "Thank you. Oh my god, you understand? I am
Yeah,
an
yeah.
athlete." But yeah, man, like the weight's never been a side thing for me. It's always just been like a mindset to where if they did it, I can do it better type thing, you
Mm,
know?
yeah.
Mm. So you just kind of talked about it there that you have this internal mindset in your head of I am 170 and that's what I believe. So when you go in to compete, is having that sort of really powerful, strong mindset going into, whether it's, boxing, whether it's taekwondo, whether it's a jiu-jitsu match, or whether it's MMA, is having that sort of mindset where you have that sort of self-belief just important for you?
Yeah. And to speak on it, like again, not to whatever, but I think this game is 80% mental,
Mm.
10% physical, and then 10% cardio. Honestly, because if you look back at that Ben Rothwell fight, I was not there mentally. I wasn't there mentally at all. I was just happy to be a part. You know what I mean?
Mm,
8 days. Let's go out there and do what we can. We both got on 4-ounce gloves. We're gonna do what we can. That was my mindset instead of how am I gonna win this fight. My
mhm,
mindset
Mm.
was I need to go out there, do what I need to do, and maybe instead of just having the actual mindset of I'm gonna win. How am I gonna win this fight? You know.
mm,
Um,
mm,
so that played a big part in that fight there. So to dial back, you look at Volante fight. I knew I was going to win that fight. Like in my mind, I
Mm.
had it set. I needed to figure out how. That was my only problem during camp, was figuring out
Mm.
how I was going to win that fight. You know, we're looking at what we got, April 16th coming up now.
Mm.
That's where I'm at now already, and I've never had a camp to where I'm already ready 4 to 5 weeks out. I'm always
Mm.
ready, you know, week of or 2 weeks out. Throughout my whole career, I've always had fights the week
Mm.
of, you know what I mean? And that's when I've had to go out there and do what I had to do, you know. So it's scary to be in the mindset of I'm ready, and now we're figuring out how we're going to beat them. And I have so many options now. I've looked at him.
Mhm.
We did through so many tests. I fought guys that I know are 10 times better than him during this training camp.
Mm.
I just need to figure out how I'm going to beat him now, you know. So
Mm.
it's crazy that this game is so much a mental savvy, and you got guys like I don't want to put nobody, but like a Tony Ferguson, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mentally, you'd be like, what is going on with him? But
Yeah.
look at him. Look at him. Look at this sexy Sabs. Their past couple fights, you know what I mean? Like it's again 4-ounce gloves, anybody's fight.
Yep.
Anybody's fight, you know.
Mm.
Um, but you look at the guys that do it outside the box, those are the guys that are successful right now. The Izzies, the
Mm.
I don't want to say when Connor was doing like, you know,
Yeah.
you saw him spin stuff, he was fighting the mountain for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like little random stuff. Uh that's what sets aside, you know, these guys, you know, and then me being who I am, trying to go into these fights with that mental edge. I got it now. That first
Mm.
fight, I didn't have it because I was fighting a legend. I literally, my whole mindset going into that fight was he knocked out my friend Alistair Overeem. He
Mm.
knocked,
Mm.
he knocked out my buddy. As long
Yeah.
as he doesn't knock me out, I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to a fight with that mindset, you know.
Mhm.
And to me, technically, I won, right? I didn't get
Yeah.
knocked out. I just got choked out. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. Woo.
Right? A loss is a loss, you know. So
Mm.
Mm.
it was cool though, the fact that I had made it to the UFC, and people understood then. They understood that. Wow, the comments were different. Instead of it just being, "Oh man, he got choked out," it was, "Man, Chris took a lot of damage before he got choked out." Huh?
Yeah.
They appreciated, you know, the little stuff, you know, that happened, you know, through it or whatever. But yeah, man, like it's a game. And me, I love games. I love video
Yeah.
games and everything. I love figuring it out. Every time I'm out there, it's a new experience. Like it's not a job to me. It's literally fun. Like I said,
Mm.
it's a game, man. And I don't think it will ever be a job for me. I don't think this sport will ever be a job for me because of the feedback I get from folks, that the love and stuff. Like, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like I'm doing what I want to do, and it feels right. It just feels great, you know.
Mm.
It's weird. I have to spread what I consider my happiness through one of the most violent ways, but it's working. You know what I mean? Like I
Mm.
get the messages, "Hey man, you did that front flip, and oh my god, man, like just made me get up, and I just got out there
That was
and I
me.
did it, man." I was like, "All right, let's do it," you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, like, it's just a mindset at the end of the day.
Mm.
Yeah. Chris, I just wanted to ask you something as a martial artist, and you kind of touched on it there yourself, which is 4-ounce gloves. It's anyone's game. I was talking with an old coach recently, and he said something that I thought was pretty profound, which was constant training will always reduce the element of luck in a fight, but it will never completely eliminate it. So I
Mm.
wanted to see what your thoughts were on is that something that you think you can see in mixed martial arts in competition?
Yeah, like no matter what, that person can always have that horseshoe up their butt. Like, no,
Mm.
unfortunately, man, like there's some fights that I go back and I look at. I should technically be like 25-2. You know, if you really want to break it down, you look at
Mm.
everything besides the steroid fighters that I fought. Yeah, I'm calling
Yeah.
y'all out. Like literally, man. It's how can I put? It's tough to not say that. What do they say when hard work meets opportunity? You get
Mm.
whatever. Or like
Mhm.
it's tough not to say that some
Mm.
luck goes in, because there's been times to where I've landed punches and I was like, "Oh
What
snap!"
was that?
Like
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on that punch to land, but it did.
Mm.
Can we be completely honest? Hey, we're gonna be honest here, right? We're in the
Mm.
tree of trust.
Yeah,
Trust you
the
guys.
tree of trust. There we go.
I
We're all being honest.
My kick from the Volante fight, I was not expecting that to hit his head.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to go past him because I wanted him to think that I was going to go high again because I wanted to go to his stomach. I wanted to do a spinning side kick.
Damn.
The kick landed, and I was like, well, like, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah, man, like he's not wrong when he's right. I'll tell you that much. What he said is true, dude. Like it's you never want to say, oh, he got lucky.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But this game, it's a lot now that like you got some fights who are out there just, you know, the dude is just landing everything.
Yeah.
It ain't no luck. Buddy's just better than you.
Yeah.
There's some other fights where you're like, dude, he ain't got no chance. And then next thing you know,
yeah.
DC and Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
you know, doing all, you know, so yeah, even not to say it like that, but even with my last fight, if you listen to the commentary before, they're all, yeah, well, Chris is out there. He's not throwing anything with any intentions. You know, sometimes, you know, instantly shut up. You know, so you can't say that there's not luck involved, but to get prepared for those lucky situations, why not? You know what I mean? Why not go ahead and, okay, 1, 2, what if he throw the other left? Let's go ahead and get ready for that. You know what I mean? Then again, we're all humans, and humans are full of surprises. So you never really know. You never know out there, but you prepare hard enough, you put in everything you've got, I'll say, if it was a 50-50, you've got like a 60 to 65% chance of beating that 50-50 if you put in your work of what you need to do, you know, going into the fight. So yeah, no, he ain't wrong when he right. I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
There we go.
Chris, right, you talked about it before about the fight coming up in April. Obviously, you know, Martin, you know, Boudet's coming off Dana White Contender Series, highly touted as well. From the outside looking in, this has everything, I think, in terms of an exciting fight. How do you see the fight playing out when it crosses your mind?
Well, let's dial back to Mr. Martin Boudet, right? He beat my homeboy up, my friend Lorenzo Hood. Me and him, we didn't meet through Black Zillions. Like when I was down there training with like Alistair, because Alistair technically brought me into Black Zillions at the time, and Lorenzo was kind of, I guess, floating around, whatever. And we were technically a part of the same team. Later on, we actually fought on the same bare knuckle card.
Yeah.
We linked up there, got real close. Real cool dude, real cool guy. I didn't even know he was on the Contender Series, and I was like, "Oh, let's see what's on." Wait a minute, is that Lorenzo? Oh my god! Like Lorenzo. That fight was something else. I'll say that much. I know Lorenzo now, and I don't know if did y'all hear what happened after the fight?
No. What happened?
Y'all ain't hear about Lorenzo popping for like everything?
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
Oh dear. See, there's so many violations in and out nowadays. Oh dear. Well, I mean, look, that's not USADA's gonna come knocking then.
I've always looked at him and I was like, dude, you're too big. Something is up. You know, no one ever said anything. You know, so I was just like, it must be DNA. You know me. I'll go for DNA. I'll go.
Hey man, I love
DNA all day. You know, so
I love the
to
Rock.
watch him out there and to watch him fight. This is, I don't even want to say it, but I know that wasn't him when he's at his best. I don't know. I don't know how to say it like that, but when I've seen him before, holy moly, you're like, yo, he's the next UFC champ. When I saw him fight Martin, I was like, what is going on? It threw me off. He opened up at first with that nasty left, and when they did the replay of Martin throwing the jab, and Lorenzo said it was an eye poke, I said, "Oh, my man's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. He's looking for a way out. Come on!" Like, no, don't do this early. it was a clear jab, no finger, no nothing, and
Mm.
Lorenzo was like, "Oh," I said, "Stop it! You
Just
stop it
cross
right now!
check round 2.
Your mama watching this right now. You know you lying. You better stop it." You know,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I tried. I sucked that up, and then did y'all see the fight? Did y'all watch it?
It's fine. It was a while ago. I haven't seen it.
It was a while back. The only way you can see it now is like on
Like,
MediaCore.com or whatever. Trust
Yeah.
me, I was trying my best to find it on ESPN app. I was like, I done bought this app
mm,
6 different times, and I
Yeah.
can't find it. But he, man, Lorenzo initially ended up. He was yelling to knees. Now
mm,
I've been kneed by Alistair. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
I'll be damned if I ever yell the way my man was yelling to knees. He was yelling so loud that the ref and the announcers were like, "Hey, wait, hey cornerman, you have to be quiet." The
mm.
cornermen weren't saying nothing. Lorenzo was in there, "Oh, oh, ooh," and I was like, I'm texting him. Of course, he's not going to get it till later. I was like, "Yo, are you fucking kidding me?" Oh, I'm sorry. Are you kidding me right
Nah, you're
now?
good,
Are
man.
you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
I'm so angry because I'm like, you're tough. You're this big guy. You know, he's got the Samoan tattoos, and
Yeah.
Mm,
you're yelling to a knee to the leg, dude. What is
mm,
going on? Like,
Yeah.
I'm hurt. I'm lost, and at this time, I don't know I'm gonna fight Martin Buday, but in my mind, I'm like, man, if I ever get a chance, he will never do
mm,
that to me. I can't believe he did that to my friend. Ooh.
mm.
Lo and behold, what?
Ma-
That is one thing. Lorenzo caught him with a nasty left
Mm.
and broke his nose. So come to find out, apparently they offered me to him in January, but he couldn't take the fight
Ah.
because his nose was broken.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
flip side coming around, I was supposed to fight Carlos Felipe, right? I
mhm.
don't know if y'all saw about him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
He's got popped again.
yeah. Not long
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, and it's like Jesus Christ! Like, is anybody playing fair anymore?
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
Yeah.
like,
It's like what Nate
what
said.
Nate Diaz,
Everybody's on steroids.
Nate Diaz was a lion, dude. Like, okay, not to say it like that or whatever. Honestly, I hope we fight later on down the road. Just to know now that I know that he's a cheater. I hope
Mm,
that we fight later on down the road. But Carlos Felipe has the baddest body to be on drugs. How are you
I
on
know.
drugs? You look like Professor Clump. Like that don't make
I
no
know.
sense. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man, put the
Yeah,
snack down, cuz get the
like,
6 pack.
I
If you're
know,
gonna do
man.
the steroids, at least do it right.
Thank you. Right? That's all I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? So that like it's just the whole mix up of it, man. But shoot, I don't forgot about the question. But like
Like the
to get to
question.
where we are with it, it's there's so much going on that like you want to step back and be like, you know what, should I do it? But
Mm,
that's I just remembered it. Yeah, with Martin Buday, it's more or less he's a great fighter from what I've seen. You know, 9-1. You don't get 9-1 even if you're fighting cans. You don't get 9-1. You know what I
mm,
mean? Like unless what was it? Jeremy Horn has a record that's wild because literally they said in Oklahoma, he would go to a bar and he would get 5 fights in a night, and they wrote it down
Yeah,
as
they
his
put it
record.
on his record.
mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, yeah, unless you're like that type of fighter, you're not getting those 9-1 type of fights. No, nobody that's
mm,
I'll say has a 2000 record and up from 2000 and
Mm.
2022 now. Like
yeah.
you're not getting those type of padded fights. So
Mm,
to know that he is 9-1.
mm,
I can't wait because of where I'm at. Every
mm,
time somebody's put somebody against me, if you go look at my IGF fight, the guy named Emil Ziggs, I don't want to mess up his last name.
mm,
He was supposed to destroy me. He's a 22-7 fighter. At the time, I was only like 15-3. He was gonna do this. He's bad. He's young, up and coming. Blah 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 blah. I shut the man down at 340 pounds with a spinning sidekick. I didn't wrestle at all. I
mm,
didn't wrestle at all for a reason because everybody said all you're gonna do is wrestle him and take him down. Nah, I'm gonna show you something different. I'm gonna show you these taekwondo kicks. Lo and behold, I dropped him with a spinning sidekick. The same kick I wanted to drop Volante with, but the hook landed first.
mm,
But but yeah, man, like I can't wait to get in there with them because again, I'm looking at a different mindset of how am I going to win? You know what I
Mm.
mean? Instead of, oh God, oh God, I don't need to do this. So
Yeah.
if he gets me here, oh man, what am I gonna do? I
Mm.
wish he gets me there because I want to. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
that's where I'm at with it. Like I'm literally in the mindset of, okay, I want you to do what you're best at, so I can show you you're really not that good at it, and
Mm.
not. I don't want to be that guy to where it's like, oh God, he's becoming a butthole. But no, I've had time now to train
Mm.
and become great, and I feel it. I feel it. Not to say I'm feeling myself in that kind of way, but I feel amazing. Like
Mm.
it's wild to have a training camp to go into these fights in comparison to I've always been the guy that they would call me 2 weeks, 3 days, a week of 8 days out. Hey Chris, you want to do this? Of course. And I was winning those fights like that. Like
Mm.
there has to be at least 12 fights on my record to where it was like a 3 day to a week out. And I fought. I
Mm.
just went ahead and fought. And I did good because I don't know. I don't know why, to be honest with you. But I think that might be that luck factor coming in right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I did. There's a different drive. I tell you what. There's heart. I've
Mm.
got a big old heart. Like literally. Like honestly, I was born with my heart's a little bigger than normal.
Yeah.
So uh, you can't teach that. You can't
Yeah.
teach heart. Like even being out there, you know what I mean. Cardio. Even if your cardio goes, if you got enough oof, to push past that cardio,
Mm.
people make fun of Dada 5000 and Kimbo Slice for that.
Yeah.
But as much lack of cardio they didn't have, there was heart. Okay,
Mhm.
you got to
Yeah.
be able to, to at least do this
That was hot. Yeah.
to woof to get a woof out. You got to have something left in you, you know.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that's my big thing is just whatever the question was. I'm gonna bring it back to this. I feel like I had an advantage over a lot of these guys because yeah, they might be better than me at
Mm.
this, and that, but they don't have that. They don't have that heart that I got.
Yeah.
And I promise you,
Mm.
you might be a king in boxing. I'm a jack in it, but I'm a
Mm.
jack in all trades. You're just a
Yeah.
king in boxing. You suck at everything else. But
Yeah.
but you gotta like if you don't beat me with that boxing, what are you gonna do? What are
Mm.
you gonna do outside of that? Because you have to have that. And when I figure it out, what's your next plan? That's why I love being that Rubik's cube of
Mm.
okay, let me go here. Let me go here. I can go here. I can go here. I can go here. I can go wherever I need to go, you know, and having time to get ready for these fights. Oh my God. I'm actually able to put a point in each Rubik's cube. Normally,
Mm.
my squares would be like, okay, I need to hit this one and maybe that one. I got all
Mm.
my squares figured out. And
Mm.
we're still 4 weeks out from this fight. And it's wild. And I'm nowhere near burnt out because each week my coach tries to kill me. Literally to
Yeah.
the point to where I know my cardio is getting better. Like we're doing diving drills and I'm diving crazy depths.
Mm.
Like on some like superhero type stuff. I might be able to
Mm.
save somebody underwater soon. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like
Uh,
I can't wait, man. I can't wait for
yeah.
this next one.
Well, we
Sorry if
can't
I didn't
wait.
answer the
No,
question,
no,
but
no, you did. That was a great answer. We can't wait for it either. Well, Chris, you've given us a lot of your time this afternoon. We really appreciate it. Thank you so
hey,
much.
look, if y'all
We
need more, I'm here. I'm
Oh,
here because I'm great.
we will definitely hit you up again in future because the trio of trust could definitely become a thing.
Yes, sir.
And then we're sending you our energy for that spirit bomb next fight. Keen to see you go Super Saiyan. All the best, brother. Stay safe.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, bro.